He walked into a luxury restaurant with nothing but coins in his pocket and his son in his arms, and claimed a billionaire heiress was with him. What happened next stunned everyone. Betrayal, hidden truths, and a past that refused to stay buried collide in one unforgettable night. But when success finally arrives, a shocking secret threatens to destroy it all. Will love survive the truth? Before we dive into this incredible story, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss our powerful, life-changing content. The restaurant smelled of polished glass and quiet judgment. I counted coins in my pocket before sitting down. My son slept against my shoulder, warm, trusting everything I had left. She arrived in silence. Elegance wrapped around her like armor. I knew her name. Everyone did. A billionaire heiress. I expected her to leave when she saw me. Worn shoes. Tired eyes. A life that had already failed once. The waiter looked at me like I did not belong. Then at her, like she owned the world. Maybe she did. He asked if we were together. I answered before fear could speak. She is with me. The words felt impossible. Yet they were steady. She froze. Fork mid-air. I searching mine. I braced for rejection. For laughter. For the quiet cruelty I knew too well. Instead, she dismissed the waiter. Gently. Firmly. Then she looked at my son. Not with pity. With something deeper. I grew up with everything, she said softly. But never this kind of courage. Her voice trembled, not mine. That night, I told her everything. The betrayal. The debts. The nights I chose hunger so my son could eat. She listened like my pain mattered. Weeks turned into months. She did not save me. She stood beside me. When I failed again, she did not leave. When I doubted myself, she reminded me who I was becoming. We built something together. From nothing but trust, sweat, and quiet belief. Years later, they called me a billionaire. But the real wealth stood beside me that night. And now, as I step into a room filled with men who once rejected me, I see the same waiter approaching again. The same waiter paused mid-step. Recognition flickered across his face. Not pride. Not apology. Something uneasy. I stood still. My son, now taller, stood beside me. His hand brushed mine, steady, unafraid. She walked in moments later. Still calm. Still powerful. Still the reason I never broke. The room shifted toward her. Then toward me. Whispers followed. The waiter reached our table. His voice was careful now. Respectful. Almost rehearsed. Sir, welcome back. I looked at him. Not with anger. Not with triumph. With memory. I never left, I said quietly. I only grew. His hands trembled as he placed the menu. The same table. The same polished surface. But a different man sat here now. She touched my arm. A small gesture. The same silent strength. You built this, she whispered. No, I replied. We survived this. My son smiled. Proud. Certain. Then a voice echoed behind me. Cold. Familiar. A name I had buried. A past I had escaped. I turned slowly. And saw the one who had destroyed everything I once was. My breath tightened. The room blurred for a moment. But I did not step back. He stood there. Sharp suit. Same hollow eyes. The man who once called himself my brother. You did well, he said, smiling thinly. As if you were meant to survive. His words carried old poison. Doubt. Mockery. The echoes of nights I nearly gave up. My son looked at me. Not afraid. Watching who I would choose to be. She remained silent. her presence stronger than any words. "You took everything from me," I said calmly. "My work, my trust, my name." He shrugged. "You were weak. The past tried to pull me under. The hunger, the shame, the loneliness." Then I felt her hand. Warm, steady. "Weak men break," she once told me. "Strong men rebuild." I met his eyes again. Clear now. "You are right," I said. "I was weak." He smiled wider. "But weakness taught me something you will never understand." The room grew still. I learned how to rise without becoming you. His smile faded. And for the first time, he looked uncertain. But then he leaned closer, voice low, as if holding one last secret that could shatter everything I had built. His breath brushed my ear. Cold. Calculated. "You think you built this alone," he whispered. "There are things you do not know." My chest tightened. Not fear. Something deeper. A crack in certainty. He stepped back, watching my reaction, waiting for me to fall. My son shifted closer, his quiet strength grounding me. Her hand remained in mine, unshaken. "What do you mean?" I asked. He smirked. "That night, when everything collapsed, you were not the only one betrayed." The words hit like thunder. Fragments of the past stirred. Details I ignored. Truths I never questioned. I looked at her. For the first time. Her eyes flickered. Not guilt. Not fear. Something heavier. Something she had carried alone. The room disappeared. Only her silence remained. "You knew?" I asked softly. She inhaled slowly. Pain traced across her face. The same pain she once healed in me. "I protected you," she said, "from a truth that would have destroyed you then." My pulse roared. He laughed quietly. Satisfied. Certain this would break us. But I saw her clearly now. Not perfect. Not flawless. Human. Sacrificing something I still did not understand. "What truth?" I whispered. She stepped closer. Tears finally rising. And just before she spoke, the lights dimmed, and the entire room turned toward the stage. A spotlight cut through the room. Sharp. Blinding. My name echoed across the hall. Applause followed. Loud. Heavy. Unreal. I did not move. Her fingers tightened around mine. Not pulling me forward. Holding me in place. "This is your moment," she whispered. But her voice carried a quiet ache. The man behind me chuckled softly, as if the stage itself was part of his plan. "Go," he murmured. "Let them celebrate a lie." My heart pounded. Not from fear of the crowd. From the truth waiting between us. My son nudged me gently. "Papa, you promised to always stand tall." His words cut through the noise. Through the past. Through the doubt. I stepped forward. Each step felt heavier than the life I once carried. The stage lights burned my eyes. The crowd stood, clapping for a man they thought they knew. I reached the microphone. Silence slowly replaced the applause. I looked at them. Then at her. She stood still. Fragile. Strong. "I was not supposed to be here," I began. My life was built from loss, from betrayal, from truth I did not see. A murmur spread. Behind the lights, I saw him watching. Waiting. I gripped the mic tighter. My voice steadied. "And tonight, I have been told there is more I need to face." The room held its breath. I turned toward her again. Eyes asking. Heart ready. "Tell me," I said quietly into the silence. She stepped forward slowly. each step carrying a truth that could either break me or redefine everything I believed. Her heels echoed softly against the floor. Each step felt like time slowing down. She reached the edge of the stage. The light touched her face. For the first time, the world saw her vulnerability. "I was there that night," she said. Her voice steady, yet fragile beneath. A silence fell deeper than before. "I saw what he did to you," she continued, glancing back at him. "I saw your work stolen, your name erased." My chest burned. "Then why did you not stop it?" I asked. Tears welled in her eyes. "Because I was the reason he could." The words shattered something inside me. "He was working for my family," she said. My silence gave him power. The room stirred. Whispers spread like fire. "I chose to protect a legacy instead of protecting you." Pain. Sharp. Unexpected. But that night, she stepped closer. "I followed you." My breath caught. "I saw you holding your son, choosing love over anger, choosing dignity over revenge." Her voice broke. "And I realized you were everything we were not." The weight of her truth pressed against me. "So I walked away from it all," she said. "My wealth, my name, my past." I looked at her. Really looked. "You did not save me," I whispered. "You rebuilt yourself." She nodded softly. "And I spent every day trying to earn the right to stand beside you." The room held its breath. Behind us, I heard movement. Quick, urgent. I turned slightly. Just in time to see him reaching into his coat. His expression no longer calm. His hand stopped halfway. Not because of fear. Because of the silence. Real. Heavy. Watching him. Security moved in. Swift. Firm. The past finally losing its power. He did not fight. For the first time, he looked small. I turned back to her. Tears still in her eyes. Truth finally free between us. "You should have told me," I said softly. "I know," she replied. "I was afraid truth would cost me you." "It almost did," I answered. "But your courage brought you back." My son stepped forward, taking both our hands, binding what was once broken. "We are still here," he said. Simple. Certain. Enough. The crowd stood again. Not for wealth. Not for power. For truth. For growth. For a love that chose honesty over perfection. I faced them one last time. "Success is not built by money," I said. "It is built by the people who stand beside you when you have nothing, and tell you who you can become." I looked at her. At my son. "Forgiveness does not erase the past," I continued. "It gives the future a chance to exist." Her hand found mine again. Not as a secret, but as truth. And in that moment, I realized the greatest victory of my life was not becoming a billionaire. It was becoming a man, worthy of love, trust, and a second chance.